not one, not two, but 3 things that I give to all of my D&D parties because I just don't want to deal with it. If you're thinking to yourself, wait, what? Well, first of all, taco butt. Second of all, as Dungeon Masters, you have a lot on your plate. So these are a few things that I give my D&D party so I can just focus on the things that matter. Or more or less things that I just, as a Dungeon Master, don't want to deal with. Things that matter to me. You play how you want. Before I get into this, if you like D&D content, hit the follow button. The first thing is pretty straightforward, and I feel like a lot of Dungeon Masters do this, but a bag of holding. And if you don't know what this is, basically a bag of holding is a bag with a pocket dimension inside of it. And players use this to store all of their equipment. Mechanically, the reason this exists is to avoid things like encumbrance. It's like when you're playing games like Diablo or Baldur's Gate, and you open up your inventory and you see that you have 36 short swords, 5 magic wands, 35,000 gold, 4 severed goblin heads, and that batch of cookies that old lady gave you 3 towns back. Bag of holding. The second thing I give to all my players who are archery based is an endless quiver. To me, in D&D or TTRPGs in general, there are a few things more tedious than having to keep track of your arrows. Or worse yet, having to make a special trip back to town just to buy more. More specifically, it's not so much of an item as much as it is you have a good amount of them, and then after a battle, like off screen, the ranger or whoever goes around and just picks up their arrows and puts it back in their quiver. Obviously, this doesn't apply to things like special arrows, like fire arrows, light arrows, that sort of thing. Look, with the new edition, it's been rough for rangers. Don't worry about your arrows. Third thing I give to all of my players who are wizards is an enduring spellbook. Basically what this is, it's a spellbook that cannot be damaged by fire or water. Wizards are squishy enough as it is. Oh, hey, wizard, nice job surviving that fireball. Better roll for your spellbook to make sure it didn't get damaged. It's just insult to injury at that point. We can just move on with the story. You don't have to worry about a major item of yours getting damaged in a mundane fight. I know, I can hear it already. Well, what happens? That's part of the story. That's part of the game, is losing these things. Well, okay, yes, you're absolutely right, but you can write things into the campaign where the players can lose these items and make it a narrative element. Now again, you play D&D however the heck you want to. If you want like a gritty survival thing where they don't get bags of holding, or they have to track their arrows, or the wizard has to keep track of his spellbook's condition, hey, fair enough, have fun. But for me, as a more linear narrative style DM, these are just things that I don't want to worry about. Let's get back to the story. Anyway, I hope you found this useful. Have a great week. I love you. Say what? Taco butt!